What you guys, today we'll take a look at the AuBox 226V from Chewy. You can see there's an $80 off price if you use that promo code. This has 16 gigabytes of memory, 512 gigabytes of storage, and it has an Intel Core Ultra 5 processor. And it's a pretty decent all-round little mini PC. Got Wi-Fi 6E on this as well. This is exactly what you're going to get inside the box. If you purchase it, you're going to get yourself a power cable. This one's from the UK. Yours will be from whatever country you live in. Here's our power adapter right here. Lucent Trans is the brand. I'm not sure which one of those readouts is the one that I need to pronounce because there's 3 of them there. So I'll have to look that documentation up. We've got a Type-C connection here that goes into the computer to power it. And also we're going to get our screws. This is for your VESA mount, and also maybe you want to put another drive in. They can put another drive in here, but there's your VESA mount right here if you want to mount it on the back of the monitor. Got your warranty card and user manual and the mini PC itself. Let's take a look at the mini PC itself. Made from Chewy. You can see their logo is slightly on the top there, made of metal, and you can see on the right hand side we have an LED light, a power button, and a 3.5mm audio input, and we also have a USB Type-C. Full featured 4.0 port right there. And we also have USB Type A ports. Those are 3.2 Gen 2 Type A ports. It says finish is black, but it looks like a gunmetal grey to me, but it is black. It's registered as black on their website. So you've got plenty of ports on here for all your peripherals and all the devices you want to plug into the front of the actual mini PC itself. On the side, we have some ventilation right here. And on the other side, we also have ventilation on there as well. So moving on to the back of the device, this is where a lot of the ports are. Starting from the right, we do have another 2 USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type A ports. Next to that, we have a 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port. Below those, we have 2 HDMI 2.1 TMDS ports, and we also have a DP 1.4 version port on there as well. Above that, we have a USB Type A port and another USB 3.2 Gen 2 port, and also another USB 4.0 port on there as well. So plenty of room for multiple monitors on this particular mini PC, and plenty of USB ports on here as well. The device only weighs 580 grams. That's just 0.67 litres. Also Intel Core Ultra 5 226V low powered high performance processor in here, coupled with the Intel Arc 130V GPU, up to 2 times faster than the Iris Xe. It also has Intel AI Boost MPU, up to 40 MPU tops, and it also has up to 97 tops AI performance. That USB 4 also supports eGPU support, PD and DP 40 Gbps supported on that particular port. Nothing much on the bottom, just 4 screws and your mounting holes for your VESA mount. Let's open it up and take a look inside at some of the components inside and look for upgrades that you might be able to do with this mini PC. You just need to undo these 4 screws right here. The good thing about this one is these screws don't come out, they stay in situ. And I do like these mounting mechanisms rather than picking off a plastic cover and then having to break those to get into it. These are pretty easy to get into. I'm just going to remove this and gain access to inside. There is a little warranty sticker on here. I can't make out that brand for the NVMe drive, but it is an M.2 2280 PCI Express Gen 3 x 4, and it's 512 gigabytes. We've got a Wi-Fi card there, which is Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.3. We also have room for another M.2 here as well. If you need to put in some more storage, you can. But I have noticed there's no DIMM slots for the actual memory. This means it's surface mounted memory. So 16 gigabytes of on-chip memory, which is LPDDR5X, which is 8533 MTS speeds. So you can see it's pretty fast speed memory, but it is surface mounted. It does support triple displays up to 8K, and it has whisper quiet cooling at 37 watts ultra low TDP, and you can see the full specs right here on the screen. It does come with Windows 11 Pro pre-installed on this system, and it also has Microsoft Office pre-installed on this system as well, which I'll show you a little bit later on. But you can see 19 volts 6.3 amps for the actual power on that power supply that I showed you earlier on. But you can see we do have Microsoft Office already pre-installed and activated on this device as well, which makes this quite a nice little deal. Let's go ahead and quickly show you this right here so we can see what version it is. Just going to quickly close this off here and set it up because the first time I've opened the actual application. So I'm going to go ahead and do this right here, and we can come down to account and we can see it's activated and it's Microsoft Office Professional Plus 2024. So let's take a look at the benchmarks here for Geekbench 6, and you can see it's an 8-core processor. So it's Lunar Lake and it should be pretty powerful. So let's go and have a look at the CPU benchmark scores. Single core is 1,243 and the multi-core score is 5,133 for this particular mini PC. Let's take a look at the GPU scores here for Geekbench 6 as well. 24,911. This is OpenCL score. So plenty powerful for video editing and things like that. So you've got read scores for the drive is 3,427.69 and the write scores is 1,267.11. And the make of the actual drive is listed right there, 512 gigabytes of storage in good health as you'd expect, being it's brand new. But they are the stats for the actual drive. Fully upgradable, plus you have that extra M.2 slot there as well. So I'm going to go ahead and go through and show you some of the stats on CPU's head here. For the motherboard, you can see the motherboard manufacturer name and also the CPU here. Let's take a quick look at the memory stats here. Again, this is surface mounted memory, so not upgradable, unfortunately. It means if the memory fails, the whole device is going to fail. So that's one thing to take into account. There we can see the GPU there, the Intel Arc 130V. And we've also got the benchmark here. So let's do a quick stress test of the CPU and take a look at the temperatures of the actual CPU to see whether it starts to thermal throttle or you have any sort of issues. And you can see already we've got pretty good temps here when it's under full load and there's no thermal throttling whatsoever. I left this running for 15 minutes and had no issues with it whatsoever during my testing off screen. But again, like I said, pretty decent temps. Now with it being Intel graphics, it allows you to go in and change some of the graphics settings inside the Intel graphics software. And you can go into the graphics settings and your display and change all of these to whatever you like. Image sharpening, low latency mode, FPS limiter and so on. You can go in here and configure this the way you like it. But let's go ahead and do a Cinebench score here so we can have a look. I'm going to run this right here. And you can see that the temps are absolutely fantastic. For the multi-core score for the CPU, we've got 5,558. And for the single core, we got 854 points, which is pretty good. No thermal throttling during the Cinebench, which is quite unusual for a lot of mini PCs. They generally struggle with this and they start to thermal throttle and they get really hot. So let's run this Jellyfish 400 Mbps 4K Ultra HD HEVC 10-bit file here. This is 4K playback. It's quite a difficult file to play and it plays it no problem at all. This means that you're going to be able to play this for Plex server, transcoding, things like that. It's going to be no problem at all. Let's do a quick drag here to see it start. There we go. No problem whatsoever for this particular device. So if you wanted to play all your 4K movies, you can do with this particular unit. Now 4K streaming wasn't possible with this. It only allowed me to do 1080p streaming for some reason. And I've seen this on a couple of mini PCs now where it restricts you for 4K streaming. So it's only allowing 1080p. But again, perfectly flawless. No problem at all here. Pretty sure it would be able to handle 4K streaming, but for some reason they've got this restricted. Again, gaming, it's not going to be an out-and-out gaming system, but if you want it to play retro games or games from the Microsoft Store, it should have no problems playing those whatsoever. You might be able to play some other games on this if you lower the resolution down to, say, 720p. It might be able to handle some of those games with low specifications, but all in all, it's a pretty decent mini PC. So who's going to want to buy this particular mini PC? Well, students or home or office use can use this particular type of mini PC. Developers and creators, maybe you could use it because it does have that 8-core processor in there, 16 gigabytes of onboard memory. I'm not sure if they offer a 32 gigabyte version of this yet, but you can check their website out for more information on that. Professionals, again, depending on what you're going to be doing with this, I'm pretty sure it's going to be plenty powerful for a lot of stuff that you want to do with this mini PC. These were never designed for out-and-out gaming systems because of the limitations of the GPU, but you do have that eGPU support on here if you want to use an external GPU on here, and then you'll be able to play games at higher resolutions and higher settings. But as it stands right now, you would have to lower those down to be able to play those games. Take a look at the website and see how much it costs. There is that $80 coupon code that you can use to get $80 off, and you can see it's not a cheap one. It's £516, but you can get that discount price there, and there's also another $70 off right there. I'm not sure if you can use that $70 off and the $80 one. I'm not 100% sure on that. You'd have to check that out for yourselves. But again, it is quite a nice little mini PC. Chewy have been up in their game with mini PCs. They have produced some nice laptops and nice mini PCs at pretty reasonable prices. So let me know what you guys think. Now, Chewy did send this out for review. All opinions are my own. No one is reviewing this video before it's released, and no money is changed hands for this review. Again, you can put Linux on here or some sort of home lab, turn it into a home lab. You can do that as well, or home automation. If you wanted to do that, you could do. It's plenty capable for a lot of different things. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. My name is Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. Just want to say a quick shout out to all my YouTube members who join my YouTube members group. I really do appreciate the support. I shall catch you in the very next video, or I'll see you on the Discord server for a chat. Have a lovely Sunday, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.